Wanting to break from Games Workshop's monopoly? Have you been recommended 3D printing? I lay down some hard truths from someone who's been trying to gain freedom from Games Workshop. Watching the whole Games Workshop guidelines debacle from afar has been a little bit a case of deja vu for me. With prices for miniatures ever increasing, FOMO sales tactics, and now a tight grip on the IP, it's no wonder Games Workshop is starting to feel some heat from its customers and fan base. What will come of it? Difficult to say. Games Workshop is one of the most intense and passionate fan bases a brand could ever wish for. So is this just a short-term disgruntled few, surely? I've already experienced that anger and acted upon it some time back. Being a past Space Marine Army player, seeing how Predator tank prices rise and rise, the constant rule changing, nerfing regular Marines in an attempt to make me buy Primaris were my major headaches. In fact, only recently discovering one-page rules has been a bit of a godsend to relieving my casual gaming itch without spending loads in the short term, or from suffering from out-of-date codices and rules. However, what about the miniatures? Recently, I've seen a Warhammer YouTube fan channel proclaim that 3D printing will somehow render Games Workshop obsolete, or you can do things so much cheaper. To some extent, that is true, but not the whole truth. I've been doing 3D model creation for years, and 3D printing for about 2 years now. Thought it might be a good idea to impart some of my learnings and advice to Warhammer fans potentially wanting to go down this route, and what you can get out of this. Number 1. It's very rewarding to print out a miniature, but remember that 3D has a big learning curve, bigger than you might expect, and I've been playing with 3D since 2000. Generating a 3D model requires plenty of skill and learning of a particular software. I create models using ZBrush digital sculpting software, but a free alternative you could use is Blender. However, both have steep learning curves, and in ZBrush's case, a cost. I've been using ZBrush on and off as a hobbyist for years, and I still don't know all the ins and outs of that particular software. You will definitely be in a similar situation when starting off. Luckily, there is help at hand thanks to better training on YouTube and Udemy. Channels I recommend going to are Flip Normal's channel for some of the great beginner tutorials on ZBrush. Number 2. Whether you are designing human characters, animals or vehicles, you need to understand anatomy and something about the real world. If you're not good at art, then you'll need training. That's without a doubt, that's obvious. Practice at life drawing, clay sculpting, and do your research. I've been to art college many years ago, but I have to put myself through some learnings and knowledge gathering even now. Number 3. 3D printers are cool, but require trial and error and time to get right. I saw in a very recent video proclaiming the price difference between a Titan bought through Games Workshop and a 3D printed one. The price difference is astounding, as you can imagine. However, think about that money that you will have to invest to make that print happen. The printer would cost you in excess of £200–600 possibly to print big scale, and the materials will cost you even more additional. Time wise, I would imagine a Titan print will take several days supervising the 3D print, and that excludes the wastage of guaranteed failed prints that you may have and all the support material. It's not that clear cut, and this is on top of the time and your money you invest in playing the game already. Number 4. Don't get into the mindset of just using 3D printers for tabletop wargaming. These machines are very powerful creative tools and have plenty of scope for getting creative with, say, cosplay or creating small figurine statues for display, for instance. I'm in the process of printing out a Han Solo DL-44 gun. Immerse yourself in the other possibilities that 3D printing has to offer. You could even create your own side hustle, selling your own designs and prints from it. It's so rich, and yeah, just immerse yourself. Number 5. Take the time to enjoy the creative process and set yourself achievable and realistic goals. Hobbyists are incredibly creative, but if you find more enjoyment in reading the books, soaking up the lore and painting, going down the 3D route might not be for you. It can be really frustrating trying to navigate through the hardware and software. There's been times when I've been really annoyed with ZBrush's various user unfriendliness, and even trying to level a print bed, which wastes hours of printing if done totally incorrectly. There's going to be lots of frustration down the road in getting physical prints of your work. The first test print of the 3D work I've been showing worked out well enough. I used my Elegoo Mars Type 1 printer for this. Although some of the detailing turned out well, I had to go back to ZBrush to ensure that everything will pop on the next test print. There were some defective areas, but the main purpose of this print was to test scale and detailing, which fulfilled its purpose. So this is an example of how 3D printing has made me think more about production and prototyping in a way. I'm hearing that Elegoo Mars are about to launch their third iteration, which uses 4K screen technology, meaning much more finer, detailed and faster prints. Again, this is an investment that I have to consider making to achieve better prints in future. I'm pretty sure that Games Workshop watching my on-screen demo might as well be soiling their pants right now. I have no interest in selling this 3D work since it's a demo for you guys. I'm more interested in the use of my creations in my own games, strictly for my own personal use of course. But it demonstrates in a way why Games Workshop is peering over the shoulder of us fans right now and what might be possible. Does it just justify the incessant Games Workshop game price releases every year on age-old plastic models? Certainly not in my opinion. Upping the prices have forced me down this route to explore alternate possibilities to begin with, and I'm not turning. But on the other hand, has it stopped me from buying miniatures from shops? Not at all, surprisingly. Sometimes I just need the miniatures on hand and the designs look great. Certainly I support and buy miniatures from on the independent scene. Okay, I've told you a few home truths, and I hope this shifts your mindset to understand that this is a larger journey than just saying, oh, print me a Games Workshop Titan for $20. Learning 3D and 3D printing is incredibly rewarding in my personal experience, but make sure that you're ready to get the most from it and doing it for the right reasons. For me, it's opened more possibilities, what I can do in my hobby, and it's been an amazing creative journey to boot. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you decide whether you want to take the 3D route or not. Your views are most welcomed. Are you shocked? Or have you seen the potential of 3D in your hobby perhaps? Or do you think I'm no better than a morally bankrupt recaster? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you later.